Welcome again to Metal Weekly, the series where we bring you some of the albums you may have missed from the previous week. Now, this week, some people have been saying that there's not a lot, there's kind of a drought of albums, but if you know where to look, there's some fucking gems, and I'll show you some of them today. So let's start off with one of the bigger releases, and that's Havok with their album V on Century Media Records. Let's take a listen. So these thrash juggernauts are back with another fast, frantic and furious album to just mosh your head to. Give yourself a seizure to. That's this kind of music. Thrashy as fuck. And these guys are just paving the way for thrash metal in this new age. They are one of the best thrash metal bands of the new era. Similar as like Power Trip and Toxic Holocaust. Those kind of bands are all striving for new thrash justice, and it's the same with this album. I mean, when the album starts off with the incredibly catchy Post-Truth Era, which was one of the singles, you know you're in for a good time. You just know it. The solos on here are amazing, the melodies are catchy, the singing is just in your face. It's exactly what thrash should be. It harkens back to the glory days. This album's perfect. I love it. I'm not gonna give it a 10 like I give to all the fucking albums. I'm not gonna rate any of these albums, alright? Because people will start shouting. But it's a good album. You should definitely check it out. So grab yourself a beer, grab some pizza, you know, and then smash your head into oblivion, because this album's great. Coming in next, another big release. Vader just released Solitude in Madness on Nuclear Blast, so let's take a listen. So death metal legends Vader are back with another heavy, frantic, and short album, like usual. It's Vader like you know and love. You know, the songs are furiously intense. But I always thought Vader was a thrash band. I don't know if it's just me. Whenever I listened to Vader, I always thought, oh, this is some good thrash. This is some good thrash. Until I learned recently, actually from this fucking album, that they're actually death metal. I was like, what? The songs are like 2 minutes long. How is this death metal? And then I realised there's a lot of death metal that has short songs, so I was just being an idiot. But it is death metal on that faster scale. It's not quite sludgy, not quite doomy, not quite cavernous, which is the death metal I'm used to. Morbid Angel, you know, Cannibal Corpse, Hooded Menace, even though it's Death Doom. This is more on the faster side of death metal, but it's relentless, it's furious, and it's fun. They're also a really underrated band, so definitely give your love to Vader. This album is a great listen, and standout track is probably Bones for me at the moment, but that could change, because, you know, it's quite early into the listening cycle for these albums, so don't know what my favourite is yet, but fucking awesome album, check it out. Next up, we got some black metal, and I'm going to need my phone here for this one. So this one is Hyems with Anatomie des Scheiterns, and it's out independently. I definitely said that wrong. But yeah, it's out now independently, so check it out. German black metal at its fucking finest. This is frontrunner for album of the month for me right now. I love this album. I fucking love this album. It kind of, if I was going to compare it to a sound, maybe Marduk, maybe, or the singing, I don't know, it's hard. It's quite a unique sound, so I couldn't really attribute it to any other black metal bands, but it's really intense. If you like your black metal intense, but also melodic, because there's some of these solos, some of these guitar parts are just, mouth-watering. Yeah, this album came out of left field and just floored me. I saw it because I saw the album cover, kind of like a couple of other albums I'll mention, and it's great from start to finish. The vocals are just so raw and intense. I love everything about this album. So if you've not heard of this, not heard of them, check them out. Fucking awesome. Next up we have Irdorath with The Final Sin on Artgate Records. Check it out. Very many faces, they are like cries, they're all courageous, everybody to Blackened Thrash, and this is more on the black side of Blackened Thrash. But yeah, it is the vocals that you know and love from black metal, the thrashy heavy nature that you know and love from, you know, certain thrash bands, all mixed into a nice little concoction, and you've got this album which is fucking awesome. Just like all these albums, this is I'm telling you the albums that you should check out. So just, you know that all these are good. Not only is it just fast though, it's melodic and evil. When people say there's no good releases out, they're not looking hard enough. Because this is another fine ass release that you just want to spread and eat all night long. The album art definitely got me interested in this one. Definitely. A beautiful piece of art. And it kind of fits with the lyrical themes of this album and the concept as a whole. So I don't generally give a shit about lyrics or concepts, to be honest, as long as the music's good. But with this one, there's something interesting about it. I love the kind of anti-religious shit. I don't know, it gets me going. So great album art, great lyrics, great concept, great songs, great album. Next up, Umbra Vitae with Shadow of Life on Deathwish Inc. Take a listen. Now, if you want an album to mercilessly beat you into a coma, this is the album for you. On the kind of death grind sound of things, if you love stuff like, if you love Caustic Wound from last month, if you loved even Black Curse, that was frantic and furious, not quite the same genre, but still frantic as fuck. This has you covered. It's short and sweet. It's like 26 minutes, so you know it's going to be intense. And you know, good things can come in small packages. I mean, just ask your girlfriend. So yeah, I'm starting to get into some more grind now. I'm not usually a fan of just the without any melody. I like a bit of melody, I like a bit of atmosphere. But this has some melody in it. This has some good melody, not just intense as hell the entire time, which is fine, but you know, I want that extra spice, and this gives me the extra spice. So hopefully this can get me into more grindy kind of albums, because that would be nice. I'm on a quest for metal. I want more metal. So if I can enjoy more genres like death grind or grind itself, that's great for everyone. But this album is one of the best I've heard so far this month, so give it a goddamn listen. And now for something completely different, Æther Realm with Redneck Vikings from Hell. And it's on Napalm Records right now, so let's listen.
And they said you hear but a single note from them wicked tunes they write. You'll be close to me, I'll redneck from now till you die.
What the fuck is this? What is this? This is stupid. That's my reaction when I heard this album. It was just a wild time. I mean, when it started off with banjo, it had my curiosity. When it had the Wild Wild West speaking sections and amazing guitar solos and gunshots, well then, it had my attention. This album is kind of like an extreme metal version of Ensiferum and Winter Sun. Yeah, it feels like that. It's got the folky elements, it's got the melodic solos, the cool guitar. There's also evil growls in it as well. It's not just clean singing. So it's such a weird mix of everything. It's a fun album. It's the most fun album you could hear so far this month. I had a blast with it. I love the banjo. Like that intro song. Come on. Fun as hell. It's not for everyone, of course, which is why I'm including the black metal stuff and the thrash stuff. But if you want a bit of fun with your metal, definitely give this album a listen, because it is a great fun romp. So finally we have Czort with Apostoł. I think I'm saying that right. And it's on Under the Sign of Garzel Productions for this one. I definitely had to read that because it's in Polish, but let's give it a fucking listen. An album to warm the soul. Black metal is back, and this is one of the best. It's again front runner. It's tied, I think. With the other one for my favourite album so far, because this is goddamn flawless. It's more atmospheric-y than the previous one I was mentioning, but it still has those aggressive vocals which you know and love. That album cover got me instantly hooked. It's like a goatsy from the chest. I mean, how could you not like that? Everyone loves that. It's dark, it's atmospheric, it's brutal, it's bleak, and it's from Poland, so you know it's gonna be good, because they produce some great goddamn black metal bands. It has striking vocals, and I'm not gonna try and pronounce any of the song titles because they're all in Polish, so just bear with me when I say they're all good. Listen to them all. So this album is winner winner chicken dinner. So that does it for this episode of Metal Weekly. Hopefully you found some albums to enjoy from the list. Let me know in the comments below your favourites from this month so far. But hopefully, yeah, some of these have tickled your fancy. And, you know, because we're all in quarantine at the moment, it's good to have some new music. So always remember, take every candy you can from any stranger you find. Bye.